girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl. And that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout. So I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shakes. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life. New energy, agility, get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin popping because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISOT down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
What's up, everybody? What's going on, you guys? Hi, we're back. Okay, normally this will be weekends on own, but girl, we ain't got nothing else to talk about with it. Okay, so it's gonna be Love and Marriage DC, girl. And I feel like Love and Marriage was a good, it was a good season finale episode. It tied some things up. We had some really beautiful moments. We had Ashley on cupcakes. We had little DJ Quick on one knee, you know what I'm saying? On bended knee. It was so adorable. It was cute. I loved it. We're gonna get into some things, you guys. I really don't feel like being on camera yet. To tell y'all the truth, I have been in a highly meditative state this morning. Come on in. Oh, that was an accident. My bad. But yes, highly meditative state, trying to gather myself. Y'all know I have a lot of things going on right now, girl. We have upcoming, okay, this week on Thursday, your girl will be in Dallas, okay, for Women of Candor. It is a monologue show that I'm going to be a part of. I'm super duper excited. I hope everybody that got their tickets, I see y'all there. Okay. But yes, I will be in Dallas July 21st for my first live performance in years. And I've been trying to get prepared for that. And a part of being prepared for that was writing this monologue, which caused me to have to, I don't know, it's like a lot of things at once with having to relive traumatic experiences. And then dealing with that in therapy. It's been a lot, girl. I've been going through a lot, But ultimately, I feel like I'm gonna be able to leave it on that stage that night. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And then hopefully after that, I'll have a fire-ass weekend that I can post about when I get back home. Okay, because there's a lot of stuff going on. But yes, y'all, don't forget about my show, Women of Candor. Get your tickets, womenofcandor.eventbrite.com, so y'all can come see your girl perform live. Okay, so let's go ahead and scooch over Love and Marriage DC, girl. I have feelings. Hey, seriously though. Hey, thank you for the super chat. All right, girl. I love this, Abby. This is cute. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's see who's in the chat today before I get into it, because I ain't ready just yet. Who's in here? Oh, hey, Dale, Kendra, Samantha, Chanel, Purely Terry, Tiffany, Makai, oh girl, Nikki, okay, Jenna, hey, Nola Reeds, what's going on, boo? Nikki, Denise, Ravine, okay, who else is in the house? Who else in the house? Okay, Rashida, Giselle, Zodiac Palace. What is going on, my people? Nisi D, Rashida. Okay, Tracy. No, I should be prepping for a meeting. Just saying hi for now, since I actually watched the episode and I'm up to date. All right, girl. Well, you let me know when you want to talk about it, girl, because I'm about to get into it. So you can always come back for the playback. All right. But it's good to see y'all. Okay. DJ Miniature Pony gets on my nerves. Hilarious. Okay. Hey, L. Williams, Andrea, K Stay Splashing, Queen Divinity. Okay. Shamila, Mommy Michelle, the Mommy Michelle. What's going on? Sean Tia, Simone Styles, V. Cole, Jessica Whitehead. What's going on, girl? All right. Just, hey, Rand with Ricardo. Where's Devin? Hey, Devin. Amethyst Simone, what's going on, y'all? Okay, so let me tell y'all before I even get into it. This weekend, I went ahead and put my little altar together, right? And I have had like altars around my house, but like I really set one up this time, like to be a space for it. Oh Lord. And along with everything else, it's just, it's crazy, like the space that I'm in right now. I don't think I've ever been in a space like this before, where I am technically sad and in some ways like I don't want to call it depressed because I don't feel like that's what it is. I don't know. I feel like I must be going through some type of shedding process, but the shedding process feels like constant emotion, like constant sadness, I guess, or not even sadness. It's crazy, y'all. It's just a weird thing. But either way, I set up my altar and I was meditating before I got here, and then I realized what time it was, girl. The time got away from me, so I'm trying to collect myself. This is Sydney. Oh, hey, girl. Hey, Sydney. Don't you normally have another name on here, or am I just like used to seeing Sydney in all of the other platforms? Hey, girl, thank you for the super chat. Okay, y'all. Sydney is the lady, the woman who is over Women of Candor. She is the creator of Women of Candor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that she's in the room. She has got to understand what I'm talking about when you go to writing these things and how it can dredge up such things. Um, yes, yes. It's just a weird space. It's a weird space, but I still have to come and do my job, and I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it happily because I like what I do. But yes, y'all, I'm glad y'all enjoy my lives. I enjoy y'all being in my lives. Know that. Okay? Know that. No, I don't have any videos on spirituality. It's kind of been something that's very private and, something I just kind of deal with on my own, not necessarily something I share. But people know because, people just be knowing. You be out here. All right, I'm here. Hi. I wasn't ready to be. But I felt like, girl, I can come to y'all like this. It's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and get into Love and Marriage DC, girl. All right. Wait, hold on. What's going on? I always get that way around my birthday. Maybe a little excited before your elevation. Good things are coming. Come on now. You better know about it. Totally normal. Hold up. I was reading something. Totally normal what you're experiencing. I get it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is what you're going through feel like shadow work? I feel like it does. I feel like it does, especially based off what I've seen of what I've heard people say about shadow work. That's what it feels like. I've been in a space where I was uninspired to create, which makes me depressed because I love to create. It's my peace. Ooh, girl, that's the one thing I can say. The way I have set this situation up, the creativity will always come because the shows are always coming. So my creativity, in fact, is dependent upon other people's creativity. So as long as other people are being creative, then I can therefore be inspired. You know what I'm saying? Bondy, you should have been a life coach or a therapist. I caught your Real Housewives of Atlanta live a little late, so I was confused at the topic. Don't be mad at me. No, I don't know what you're talking about, but it's fine. We're doing that one after that. After this, I feel you. This week is exhilarating and terrifying for me. I can't wait until Thursday. We are doing something special. I agree. It definitely feels that way. Um, I appreciate you guys. Okay, Ronnie, this must be Gemini season for shedding and growth. I'm there with you in different ways. All right, we're all. I have a conference call to him. Go ahead and mention how good the couples look getting out of their cars and slow with the music playing the Ashes event. Yes, and y'all know that was Monique's song, which I loved. Okay. Okay, I loved it. All right, y'all. So let's okay, hold up. Let me like the video. Okay, there's like what 281 of you guys in here. Please like the video and let everybody know that I'm live right now. Let them know to come and see me. Okay, because they may not know. Okay, but you let them know, girl. You like it and you let them know. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this final episode of season 1 of Love and Marriage DC. There will be a reunion show. I believe it's only one part. Either way, girl, get it ready because Ooh Ladies First is definitely going to be pulling some of these girls. We have to talk, okay? So look for that coming up soon. I'm waiting on some confirmations, but we know for a fact already that we have one interview in the bag within the next couple of weeks. So be looking, you know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout. Especially all my members. Y'all know y'all will get early access to whatever interview we are doing. Okay. And y'all know we gonna get us an interview. Listen, I had to sing, okay, sign my papers and get my divorce. You better sign my papers and get my divorce. You've been lying. What she said? It's something else that she said on the song this time, but you've been lying for the last 2 years. Better sign. Yes, y'all. Winter turned it into a real song. Follow me on Instagram at BondyBlue if you don't already, because I posted it on my Instagram. Do that, okay? I know y'all like my remix. That was the bounce version. She wasn't ready for that yet. I love Winter, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I love her energy. So the fact that she was ready and put that song out on y'all asses, okay, you better sign. Okay. The vocals are good too. I have no complaints. The vocals are good. It's a good song. Like it's definitely given like when Mel came out with her first song and like everybody was singing that shit. Like it's definitely giving that. Okay, but just with real strong, like just real strong vocals though. You know what I'm saying? Winter got real strong church people vocals. There's a grunt in her vocals, whereas y'all know Mel sings like this. And Winter is like, I'm gonna, Lord, from way up and through here is what I like to call it. All right. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and get into the review of it all. So, y'all, Kevin has caused everyone to see Winter clearly. After Kevin and his slick face left, everyone's feeling differently about Winter. I wonder if they would have given her a chance and actually heard her out instead of acting like assholes when they met her that one time. Like, I just kind of feel like I'm not about to get over the fact. I'm not going to get over the fact that Ashley and Arena were talking shit about Winter even before they had an interaction with her on the show. I'm not going to get over that, okay? Because to me, I feel like that, in fact, is what kept this line of like, angst towards Winter the entire time. And I really want to understand why. I want to understand why we automatically had a distaste, dislike, discomfort when it came to Winter, Ashley and Arena. And I'm asking Ashley and Arena, but y'all know really I'm asking Ashley because I feel like whatever Ashley felt is what Arena felt, because Arena is probably empathic on some level, because y'all know that's what, women who be with abusive men for long-term relationships and all of that, that's what ends up happening. Okay, you're an empathetic woman who gets with a man that needs somebody to show him all of this infinite, mothering, forgiving grace type energy. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Okay. So I feel like Arena was going to feel however Ashley felt. So I'm still wondering why. Okay. Because you took her story and turned her into a scammer. And I was trying to understand how we got there. I was trying to understand how we got there, girl, because I just didn't get it. Like, I understand the women originally wondering those certain things that we all had questions about, but once we had, like, all you had to do was ask, like, so how did that happen, girl? Like, if you're telling me you have this expertise and all of this, you seem like a woman that's been through something. Girl, how did this happen? You know what I'm saying? There's a way that they could have communicated with her in order to get the understanding. But instead, it came from this very catty, let's make fun of her for it place. And that was just nasty. It was nasty. And then Winter responded in like nastiness, which is church lady shit, which is I'm going to be really cute in your face, but I'm going to talk mad shit about you behind your back. And then when I'm asked about it, I'm going to play dumb because what, girl? I don't do confrontation. But okay, because Winter, is a woman of a certain age, meaning she's a little bit younger than the generation of church women that could have kept that shit going. You gonna get some little slick responses from her. Okay, bitch was ready on a reply. Ready on a reply. I was here for it, honestly. To me, the way Winter was reading people down in the confessionals and shit, and the way she kept her composure when they came at her at Ashley's first little picture taking event, yeah, I kind of felt like Winter's a good one. Winter's a good one. I like it. Honestly, I would love to see it in like a Real Housewives type of cast. Like if they're not gonna have her back because she's not a part of a couple, fine. But I do feel like she's someone that would probably be really good on an ensemble female cast. Child, where's the reality show for the ex-church wives? Where is that? Okay. Where is that show? We need that show. Anyway, so the next morning, Winter decided to stay after everything that happened, and the energy is different. Monique and Chris are in the kitchen getting prepared for everyone to come downstairs. They're going to have the people come in and give them IVs because they've been drinking. And I'm like, girl, I have been meaning to do that. That's probably one of the things I'm going to look up to do when I come back from this Dallas trip, y'all. Like, it's going to be all about like having a good time, rejuvenating after I finish this show in Dallas, because I feel like, I don't know, it just kind of feels like some type of benchmark that's like this, so that once I get to it, I can then do this. Okay. So I'm gonna be looking for the IV drip, girl. Okay. So Tasha and all the couples, like all of the couples sat down, right? When they were getting the IV, everybody sits down, they playing the game. Ashley still wants to drink even while they're on the IV, but they start asking questions about the couples. And I think the question was, I don't know I forgot what the question was, but Tasha says Neil was her first. And they had, strayaways. Basically, when I kind of felt like Neil was a hoe in a former life, you know what I'm saying? In a formal life, Neil was a hoe. And that's no disrespect. I hope she doesn't take it like that. Because y'all know I like Tasha, and I know Tasha watches me. But Neil, even on her lives, was giving like, it's giving you real charismatic, Neil. Listen, okay. That's what it was giving. So when he was talking about, how he was out here bad for a minute, I was like, you could tell. There's an energy there. Okay. You could tell. I don't know why, but like Neil was giving off, like you glad he chose you because he might have demon dick. Like that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all know what demon dick is? Okay. So if you don't know, demon dick is like dick that is chef's kiss spectacular, right? The stroke alone will send you into some type of retardation. But it comes along with somebody that doesn't know how to show that amount of attentiveness and like compassion in other places of the relationship, right? So you kind of get addicted to their sex in a way. Now, there are some men that are good at creating more of a balance in a relationship in order to keep a woman, especially if they really love that woman. But essentially, they go about their life with demon dick energy, okay? Which means they're out here trying to give that demon dick to whoever will come and get it. Okay. So I think that's something that Neil and Tasha have gotten past, because see, Neil and Tasha is in their 40s, I believe, 40, right? And I didn't even realize Tasha was that old. Like, it didn't even feel like that. I'm kind of low-key really getting tired of Love and Marriage Huntsville production not adding her to the cast, but yet having them. There was a scene this episode where they completely neglected their portion of the conversation, and I got annoyed with that because I was like, there are 4 couples here. There are 4 couples. Why did we only hear from 3 of them? It almost feels as if you're trying to exclude them. And that was annoying me in a way. But it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and let it go for now. Like I'm going to act like it doesn't feel personal. And it's not even that it feels personal, but strategic. Strategic. I'm not sure for what, but strategic. Quick says that he was cheating on Ashley at the beginning. Ashley didn't know. And she says that she texted somebody when she was like 19 or 20 and Quick flipped the fuck out. Okay. And then Quick says that she's lying. And Ashley gets upset. She goes from, mad Ashley to angry Ashley or whatever. Okay. Aggressive to angry, whatever. And to me, I feel like I can't tell the difference between aggressive and angry. I don't know the difference. It didn't feel like it was that much of a shift. But anyway, she says he had a dumbass girlfriend. Quick says it wasn't a girlfriend, but then he says that she was in the house with him. Ashley was like, well, I wasn't living with you and I didn't have a key, so it didn't matter. But then it sounded like they had already had their first child. Girl, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Quick and Ashley. I don't. But Ashley says whatever he did, she got her lick back. So let me say this. Okay, did y'all like the video? Ashley felt like Quick was trying to like put on, like trying to act like, oh, yeah, oh, I cheated on her too. Like to make himself seem like, he's the big confident, whorish guy, because that's a good thing, right? It's a really good thing when, we're married couples and you're acting like you were cheating on me so that you can fit in with the other niggas because you feel insecure because you're short. You haven't gotten past it. We understand. I think Ashley felt that he was doing that. And so Ashley got upset. But here's my thing. This is what it is. Quick is a fucking DJ that travels for work. And Ashley is a woman that says she gave up 15 years of her life to help raise her husband. Do you know what that tells me? Hold up, y'all. My eyelash wet. Told y'all I was crying and shit. Do y'all know what that tells me? That tells me he probably cheated more than they're admitting. And she may have done things to get back at him, things he doesn't know about. And then she pretends as if, girl, I was just joking. I was just trying to hurt his feelings. Y'all have probably both cheated on each other on and off throughout the course of the relationship because it's been going on for so long. There may have been a period of time where there was nothing going on Ashley's end. There may have been a period of time where Quick didn't have enough time within his day to go and fuck somebody else. But at the end of the day, y'all are acting like nothing has ever happened in a relationship for the whole fucking season. We acting like no cheating has ever really taken place, right? But then we come to this episode and now we're fully admitting that there has been cheating on both parts. But we gonna act like it was so far, in the past that it doesn't matter. Bullshit. Feels to me like the cheating ain't just when we were 19, 20 and before, like we were really young. Girl, please. I don't believe that. I believe that for you to be in your big ass 30s, some shit happened recently and some shit happened in your 20s and some shit happened at the beginning of the relationship. I can't believe for a second with that man traveling and working the way he does and you having to pick up so much and being angry, aggressive Ashley. And sexy, Jessica Rabbit, Ashley. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. I feel like the only reason y'all are in the situation y'all are in right now with this man on the knee with a ring and trying to be supportive and all of that is because Ashley must have at some point broke that nigga down. They talking all this shit. But to me, at some point, Ashley broke Quick's ass down. And I think he realized that he may lose Ashley. He didn't want to lose Ashley, so Quick has cleaned it up. Okay? But the idea that nothing was going on for the longest and it only happened at the beginning of the relationship, y'all was sitting there telling on yourselves, but just trying to confuse everybody. And I'm just, I'm not going to do it, girl. I'm not going to do it with you guys. And I'm just talking about people in long-term relationships. It's usually like an extraordinary type of relationship, and not even extraordinary, but it takes a certain type of person, like a certain type of man, a man that really don't necessarily want to have a whole bunch of women because that's too much for them. Like, or if they have a woman that's like a lot, you know what I'm saying? Or they're really controlled. Like there are certain things, like certain aspects of a man that will keep him in the house for the most part. So I'm not saying that these things don't happen where long-term relationships and people don't cheat. I'm sure there are. Okay. Like, as far as I know, my own people never had that type of issue. They had other issues, but they didn't have that type of issue. Chris and Monique, have a whole bunch of issues, but don't have that type of issue. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got their shit with them. But Quick and Ashley, with the way their personalities, his job, none of that to me feels like, oh, nobody was cheating until, I mean, but back in the day. I don't believe that. It sound like a lie. But let me go ahead and press on. Hold up, notes not up there. Notes are down here. Okay, so everyone was getting dressed as musical couples to come down for the little, Q&A that Ashley and Quick had set up. Ashley still mad at Quick. They Ike and Tina. His wig wasn't right. I was like, where did you get that wig from? Quick, that's not the right wig. Is that whose mom's church wig was that? Because like if anybody can recall the wig, like you gotta go. I mean, he did have wigs on that was like the straight hair, like the white boys back in, but you just could have done better than that. That just wasn't I ain't like that wig at all. What happened to the mushroom one that Martin had on? Okay, like go find that one. Okay, I like that wig. Go find that Ike Turner wig. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know how much I love Ike and Tina Turner when it comes to, what's love got to do with it. I don't be here. People just fucking over the look. I also felt like, Ashley didn't have her time frame right. Because I mean, everybody was fucking up because a lot of these couples weren't together like that. Like Tasha and her husband Neil were Erica Badu and Andre 3000, and she had, Erica Badu's hat on, and we know that they were not together during that time frame. Like her style was more so head wraps when she was with Andre, but I'm gonna let it go. We get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I'm an actual factual type person when it comes to certain things. So when I was looking at Ashley and her Tina Turner, I said, yeah, no, that was Tina Turner's post Ike Turner hair that you had on. That was the 80s hair. That they weren't together during those years. Like, where are the wigs? Okay. You had to have like a long black wig with a bang or something, like a sandy colored long, straight wig. Tina was good for a long straight wig back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And over, let me see you shake a tail. You know what I'm saying? Like this. No, you were giving, you must understand through the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. Like that's what you was giving. So I was just like, I don't know what's going on with them. And then Biggie and Lil Kim up here in the front, Monique and Chris, spot on. Okay, yes, because even Chris was like, yeah, Fate's out of town. I let the kids with their mother. Okay, and Monique. Okay, like look, and she was on point because this is the way niggas used to be hitting it back in the day. She hit the because that wouldn't have been time appropriate. You see what I'm saying? Monique was on it. Okay, Monique knew what time frame she was in. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. That shit was hilarious to me. Oh Lord. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm back. Okay. Then when Winston came in, Winston came in with her like burgundy roller wrap that's brand new, and her little cute pajamas with her little comfortable pajamas with her little comfortable slippers on, bitch. They gonna tell her she was Yolanda Adams. I say, y'all know y'all wrong, because Yolanda Adams had a husband for years and used to be showing up at all the events alone. Alone and wrong. It's just me and you. I feel so lost, and I don't know what to do. Now, what if I choose the wrong thing to do? I'm so afraid of disappointing you. And that's just because if Winter's watching, girl, I had to go ahead and give you that for the church people. All right. Ashley says that she was joking about getting her lick back on quick. I say, you're lying. Ashley asks, everybody, if you met your spouse today, knowing now what you've been through, would you still have married them then? And Chris starts talking about how, yeah, Monique is controlling and demanding at times. And, she can be a lot. But yeah, I would still do it all over again, baby. Okay. But then he started talking about how, even with his ex, his high school sweetheart, and Monique went, like the record went skirt. Okay. I was just kind of like, okay, so Monique, don't agree with this. Okay, I feel like people should be able to talk about their exes without their current person feeling away. And that's just because for me, that's just how my life has been. And it's kind of like take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? Like, take it or leave it. Like, that's my life. That's what happened. I'm not going to, act like nobody was there before you to make you feel comfortable. Like, accept the fact that people were here before you. Like, get over it. I have to accept the fact that there were people before me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the idea that we about to get this upset because the man said that he didn't feel that way about the ex who was his only real relationship to compare it to. I just kind of feel like I understood where she was coming from initially, but the fact that she was still mad about it, it made me feel like, okay, girl, so we're going to have to talk about why you don't feel like you're enough. We're going to have to talk about whatever happened that made you feel like you wasn't enough. And I'm saying that because I'm figuring out why I'm like that. I'm figuring, and I'm not like her with some shit, but like I'm a people pleaser. I'm a perfectionist. I hate being misunderstood. Like, all of those things. And I'm trying to understand why I can sometimes feel so undeserving. No matter how hard I work, no matter what I accomplish, there's a piece of me that will always feel like it's never enough. And that's because I grew up feeling that way. So once you kind of understand where it comes from, then it's even harder to correct it, because sometimes you don't know whether you're correcting a trauma response or you're correcting and saying what needs to be said as a part of your healing. Because when you've been shut down vocally, that's why Monique does so much now. That's why I do so much now, because there was a point in time when I couldn't say anything. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, that's the reason why I used to always get in trouble for talking at school. I used to get in trouble for talking at school because at home, you had to go in your fucking room. Or if you with everybody, you can't do too much. Don't do too much now. Don't have too much conversation. Don't be having too much fucking fun. You're going to bother somebody. So go in your room by yourself and entertain yourself. Okay? So when you have that type of upbringing, you really like start expressing yourself out of neglect of doing it before. So I really want to understand, like, what's the beginning of it? Because to me, when she started getting upset about the ex thing and not feeling like she was enough, that felt triggering. And it felt like something that I want to know what the origin story for Monique is. Because I feel like we've heard a lot about Monique, but not enough about her childhood for us to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, for us to understand how we got here. Okay. But yeah, that definitely, when she was crying about never feeling enough, that was when I was like, oh, okay, got it. Because I was like, I get it. I understand that feeling. And I feel like, even with the talking so much and expressing yourself so much. So like in therapy, they'll say a part of that is to address things when you feel them. If you feel the issue, if you feel bothered, address it in the moment. So a lot of people are perceiving her bashing or doing the most, or, having an issue, all the time, when really a part of the healing of that type of traumatic experience as a child, from what I understand, is to correct things as soon as they happen, which makes other people feel like, damn, bitch, I can't catch a break. But at the same time, a part of her healing, shit, a part of my own, it's supposed to be saying that shit as soon as you feel it, as soon as you come to that conclusion in your mind, instead of waiting and letting it sit and then blowing up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to figure that out. But yes, y'all, moving on from there. Monique says that marriage complicated their life, and she feels like maybe for her, she would have rather been spiritual partners and not really went and signed a piece of paper. And I would implore, first of all, I'm going to ask her about that because I want to understand why she feels that way, specifically from her point of view. But what I'm going to say about that based on mine, from my point of view, is that you feel like that because marriage makes people feel more responsible for each other. And she talked about this on her live the other day, that when they were, you know, just boyfriend and girlfriend, they get into it and you'd be like, I ain't gotta be here. I can just fucking get up and go, you know? And that gives you a sense of freedom in the relationship, that you may not want to rush away because you know you don't have to be there. You know, the other person doesn't have to be there. But once you're married and you have kids, then you're sewn into this life. And there's a lot of, well, I ain't going nowhere. Well, he ain't going nowhere. Well, she ain't going nowhere. And that creates issues in a relationship over time. This feeling of complacency, this comfortability. And I believe that's what Monique was talking about as it pertains to her and Chris. But I would implore her to recognize that he would have done that whether you married him or not. And it was best for you to marry him because you know marrying him was your protection. Being a baby mama for a football player is not, I'm sorry, that's not enough protection for me. The life that you have is all of the protection that you needed in order to be in a relationship with this man and do everything that you've done. Because no matter what happens, everything that he's acquired is half yours. It doesn't even matter at this point. And that's the way it should be as far as I'm concerned, especially when you helped him keep what he had. And then you work hard yourself to add to what you guys have. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like she needs to recognize that it wasn't the piece of paper. Y'all relationship was going to do what it's doing anyway, because it's a long-term relationship with children involved and y'all were going to be in a house together. So whether that piece of paper was there or not, you were going to feel like you couldn't leave after a certain amount of time. It's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't, this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. She seems ungrateful at times. I don't like that y'all say that, because to me, it lends to this idea that Chris has done something for Monique that Monique hasn't done for Chris. Like, y'all think because he comes with the money, that means that she's just supposed to shut up and be grateful for the fact that some man came and saved her, as opposed to recognizing her own power and choosing a man that was smart enough to hold on to his money. Instead of recognizing that as a woman, whether she was with him or not, she would have still chose another man that would have taken care of her. Because that's what a smart woman is going to do in the society we live in. I'm sorry, y'all. If you're not going to make sure you have your own bag, being with a broke nigga is not smart. Call it what you want. Okay? Call it what you want. If you're not in this life focused on your own bag, being with a man that doesn't have anything is stupid. Okay? So to me, I feel like everybody talks about Monique as if she needs to be so grateful because Chris chose her to pick from obscurity and turn into a rich football housewife. And I just kind of feel like y'all need to get out of that. Y'all really need to get out of that. That's not just because of him. That's also because of her. And not because she's manipulative or because she wanted, a man. No, but because I'm not dumb and I'm not about to do all of this for somebody that's not going to take care of me. Like, what are you talking about? Y'all really be out here trying to make Black women look like we're fucked up because we choose to be with men who have money instead of struggling with somebody they whole fucking life. Like, why is that a bad thing? Okay. Latasha, there are issues in relationships. No, like, I don't know anybody that doesn't have issues in their relationship prior to marriage. Like, y'all be saying shit like Monique and Chris are the only people with these types of issues and problems, but it's not. And yes, Mo does have unresolved issues from her childhood, but most of you motherfuckers in my comments do too. Okay? So, I see her issues. I'm not saying that she's perfect, but I think people try to demonize her for not being perfect, for having issues, especially issues in a marriage on a show that's called Love and Marriage. Like, come on. She used to the bare minimum. That's probably a possibility as well. They spun it like Chris' mom was a mean, angry woman, but now realizing Chris' mom. Oh yeah, come on. Let me read this comment so I could read you down. But now we're realizing Chris' mom was onto something. Monique is a miserable list woman who takes it out on Chris. Hi, Snob. Chris's mom was mean and disrespectful to Monique. And we weren't wrong about reading his mom as being one of those mothers that's protective of their son when their son has money, and also kind of feeling a level of competition between she and the woman who decides to, be with him and who he decides to make his wife. So when y'all go back and bring up those issues that she had with his mom, as if y'all don't know a whole bunch of men who have mamas that want to compete with the women they're in relationships with, Monique can have issues and this not be the case. I also don't think she's miserable. I don't think she's miserable either. Their life doesn't look like the life of two miserable people. It looks like the life of two people that are being way too honest on reality TV amongst a whole bunch of people that try to act like they don't have these same issues. When I see them, they look like they look like they're gonna figure it out, is what I mean. Like they look like they're gonna figure it out. Like it looks like growing pains of long-term relationships as far as I'm concerned. So like his mother did treat her wrong and she apologized. And probably this is what another reason that Monique probably feels the way about not being enough, always trying to prove herself. She probably felt the need to prove herself with his family as well. You already know I know. You already know I know. Because, Bondi, in the African American culture, we have been taught that it's okay for Black women to accept a struggling or nothing man. Not even that it's okay, but that you should. And when you don't, something's wrong with you. That you want a man with money? You want a man with access? Girl, how dare you want a better life for yourself? How dare you want to be with somebody that's matching your energy in some capacity, girl? How dare you? That's the level a lot of y'all be on with me when I'm talking about this, feeling like she's unworthy of him in some respect because they have issues in their relationship. That shit is mad fucked up to me. Because I feel like most people have issues in their relationships. And if you were walking around with a camera in front of you, there would be times where people would make you seem like you ain't shit. So I just feel like a lot of what is being said sometimes is really fucked up. And it shows how people feel about Black women that live in luxury or live in access. You feel like they should have no complaints in life, or there's some miserable old bitch that's bashing their husband because she's not shutting up and being quiet, or what I'm saying, or whatever. Like she has issues like everybody else, and y'all just don't want those issues to show. Like, what's the issue? Like you can call out an issue without having to make it seem as if someone is the worst of the worst. And I think a lot of times y'all do that to people on these reality shows. And I just don't react to I don't like that, the bullying feeling where everybody takes something and just runs with it, especially when it comes to how Black women are perceived when they're honest about their relationships with Black men. Y'all bash Black women and then say Black women are bashing the men when they're just being honest about their discomfort. Okay, and that's not to say that she don't have her own issues, because I felt like she was tripping about the whole ex thing. To me, that's a deeper issue within you. That's not about Chris. But they're in a marriage. So what you want? Like, what you want? Her not to talk to her husband about her issues and how she's feeling? That's better. Because that's what a lot of people do. But guess what? When you've had to sit on your issues and your emotions your whole life, by the time you get an adult, you are not doing that anymore. It doesn't matter. And it's another thing. Money doesn't erase problems. Money doesn't erase problems. And I think a lot of people think that because they have money, she shouldn't have any issues. But it's so funny how, like, it's crazy how y'all do Black women, because that makes me think about, because Chris is perceived as the breadwinner. He is, but she adds to their money now. But like initially, of course, Chris is considered a breadwinner. So y'all always make the people feel undeserving. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all do the same thing to Candy and Todd, except for y'all put that nastiness on Candy as well. Not only is Todd an opportunist because he doesn't make as much money as Candy, even though he's in production, his work his entire life, has a great reputation in the business, he is being taken care of by Candy because Candy has all this money and she's a sugar mama. And, it puts her in this, do y'all remember on In Living Color when the lady would go to the funerals or the school. She had the mustache and she would just get way too overly sexual with everybody. I feel like they make Candy out to be like that, like the creepy rich woman that's trying to take advantage. Like that's what they do to her because she's the one with all the money. It's crazy to me how y'all do black women no matter what. When they go and find them a man with money, you dog them. When they make the money themselves, you dog them. Like it don't matter what. You gonna dog them, okay? Jamie and Arena, this episode, we find out, hold up. Let me see. What else did I say? No. We were still talking about the marriages, but I went on a tangent replying to comments. Okay. Ashley says no, she has taken 20 years out of her life to raise Quick. Monique said, yeah, I said what Monique said, so that's whatever. But I don't think that girl would not marry that man. Child, she just mad at him, but she would not marry him. Girl, ain't nobody not marrying that man. Stop. He didn't know how to love or be a husband, but nobody taught her how to be a wife. To me, Ashley, I'm interested in what Ashley's book has to say because I feel like Ashley has a lot of pent up resentment that she's not dealing with. He says that he will marry her again. Of course you will, because you've had somebody to mother you in a way that you weren't mothered as a child. Because didn't he say his mom died early and he had to take care of his brothers? He was like a teenager when his mom died, and his mom, wasn't his mom sick, y'all? Did his mom have, was it him whose mom had HIV? Or had cancer? Y'all, I can't remember. So many storylines all at once in my head. No. That was old boy. Quick's mom, I think, just was sick or had cancer or something like that, right? Okay, yeah, he was 9 when she died. Right. Okay, y'all, I'm confusing Quick with somebody else from another show. Sorry. But yeah, so Quick had to basically be remothered. Yeah, Quick had to be remothered by Ashley. And Ashley, once he says how he unconditionally loves her and he basically pours it on really thick for her to make her stop being angry with him and she forgives him. But essentially, I just kind of feel like you still have the same complaints though, Ashley. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm actually thinking about Couples Retreat. Y'all remember on Couples Retreat, Daniel? Yes, that's what I was thinking about. Because I think like both of those stories were going on at the same time at some point. You know what I'm saying? But he was love bombing her. Yes, I do think he was love bombing her. But like at the beginning of the season, Ashley had the same complaints about feeling like the support wasn't equal. And I kind of feel like as women in marriages, a lot of times it feels like that's going to be a situation we deal with because of the way society sets the world up for men. So I think it's something we're going to constantly have to like trifle with within our households to remind men that they have to, if they're not already set up like that, you have to constantly be reminding them, this is not just about you, but also it's in the way you do it. You can't just keep telling people shit over and over again. You have to move with your actions. So when Ashley starts living her life for her and stops making concessions for Quick and his ridiculous schedule and all of that type of shit, then he'll just have to figure it out, which I feel like they were kind of showing us a little bit of that during the season, but we didn't get to see enough of it. Tasha and Neil were edited out, which annoyed me because I feel like Tasha and Neil have a long relationship and also have been through a lot. So there was something to be said for them. And, we just didn't get that. That was annoying. But everybody had a good time. The Samuels go horseback riding. They discuss Monique not wanting to marry Chris again. Monique feels like bringing up the ex was disrespectful. She says he's mad that she's mad. She starts crying, says it's embarrassing. Monique has to prove her value. He says that he's hurt, that she's hurt, and he keeps telling her that he loves her. Okay, so let me tell y'all something. And this is what I figured out. Personalities that go well together, okay, are men who have really good relationships with their mothers, but also feel like they have something to prove to their mothers. Those men, like Chris, they usually go really well with strong women who a lot of times have some personality traits that are like their moms, but are a little bit softer. Okay? So I believe that because Chris is a little bit more tender than most men, he's perfect for Monique because Monique needs somebody that's going to be tender and patient with her as she figures her shit out. I don't know what Monique's trauma was growing up, but it feels like there was a trauma there. Okay? And his patience with her is beautiful to me. And I feel like, I don't care what nobody says, there are those of us in life that have had fucked up things happen to us. And later in life, God will bring you people that are supportive in the way that you need them to be. And that may not be understood to everybody watching on the outside. But essentially, I believe that Chris is exactly the type of person that Monique needs to be with. Monique needs to just figure her own shit out, and he needs to figure his shit out too. But essentially, his heart for her is the thing. The way he loves her, the way he cares for her. And the thing I need for everybody to give Monique a little slack on is the understanding that Monique may not express herself the way y'all like, but Monique is pragmatic, meaning that Monique shows love in the way she acts, the things that she does, the way she takes care of him. I am more than sure that there are many things that Chris does not have to do for himself in any capacity because Monique has it handled. Okay? So she may require a little bit more emotional support. He requires a lot of physical support, doing things, putting things in order, giving him regimens that are easy. You know what I'm saying? Making sure he get, your food is here. And don't forget your meeting is at this time, so you got to go and do this. Yes. Acts of service. Exactly. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Because to me, like, I feel like everybody's going to look at their situation like it's so, like she's so fucked up. But no, like it's two people that have issues. And at one moment, one person is going to need more grace than the other. It is what it is. And I feel like Chris is such a great guy, and that shows. But also, y'all don't give Monique her just due for taking care of Chris in order for him to be the man that he is today. Y'all don't, a lot of people don't know that. But like, Monique has come to his rescue in their relationship before. So the idea that she isn't deserving of his grace is just really, to me, I think it shows like a lack of understanding of relationships as it pertains to how people, talk online and how y'all chat. Y'all just, sometimes I feel like y'all don't understand the dynamics of long-term relationships and what they require. Because a lot of women just take what they can get, and a lot of men take advantage of that. And people don't talk about it, and they think as long as this, and this is taken care of, then everybody should just be okay. And that's just not realistic. It's just not. But I appreciated the honesty in their relationship, because it's not something you often see on these shows. For real. It's either the men dogging the women out, or the niggas cheating like crazy, or, the women are spazzing on the men 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Or, wherever you might see that at, child, I can't tell you. But their relationship to me show what happens when you have two people that really do love each other, and they're just kind of going through a growing pain. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Tess, for the super chat. Let me see. What does it say? But Bondi, a man in his position can hire a personal assistant, separate manager, and to handle as many rich bastards make it do. Are you talking about Chris? Are you talking about Chris? Like, what do you mean he can hire people? Hire people to do what? Okay, so this is what I need for y'all to understand. Just because people have money, it doesn't mean that they want people in their house all the time. It doesn't mean they want people in their personal business all the time. And I've already told y'all that the way Monique feels about the way his mom feels about her need to prove herself, she probably has never really had much help. They probably have a nanny. They probably have a house manager. But for the most part, they probably don't have people helping them with every little thing on a day-to-day basis, because they're not those types of people. They're regular Black people that just so happen to have money. And a lot of regular Black people are not going to have all of these people in their house at one time. And what's your point? Like, he can turn his wife in for all of the things? Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? It's their money, right? Sometimes there'll be moments when spouse is having an issue and express it. Marriage is about compromise and coming to an agreement. It is. And it's about being emotionally supportive, and that support not only going one way. And I think a lot of y'all are used to support only going towards the man. So when y'all see men having to be supportive, You know what I'm saying? Y'all, that makes y'all feel uncomfortable. And I think y'all should deal with that. Because that's a y'all issue. Only Drew want all those people in her house. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like even me, like I need an assistant. Do you know how hard it is to think about giving my fucking passwords to somebody? Like, and I know, but just having somebody in my shit like that, not being in control of my shit, like that shit is anxiety feeling. Okay. Um, what Cali girl said. They have nannies and personal assistants, but she is a hands-on mom and quiet as it's kept. He would rather it be that way and not have the kids raised by nannies. Like, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Okay. Yes, I think I'm a. Right, right. They got money. What does that have to do with them being people? It's stages in marriages and people evolve and you can grow with those changes. They will be fine. I agree. I agree. I'm gonna take myself off camera now because it's doing a little glitch thing there. Um, okay, so here's the thing. This, and I'm glad you said that because this is what I thought you were saying. You're saying that he can get another Monique, probably a Becky, who would love her position. So this is what you need to understand. Somebody choosing to marry and have children with a person is an important thing. You know what I'm saying? So you don't just choose anybody for that. And I understand that a lot of y'all don't understand the emotional connection that happens between two people because you don't have the bandwidth. But this sounds crazy to me that you think he can replace his wife with a white woman and she would love, like, what does that mean? So does that mean that Monique should just be like complacent with whatever because a white woman can come and take her spot? Is that the idea? Honestly, I feel like this is really disrespectful and fucked up. And I think that this, I mean, so do you think the Becky is going to understand how to be a stepmother to his black children? Do you think that? Do you think she's going to know how to deal with the kids' hair the way Monique does? Do you think that, she's going to take care of those kids the holistic way that they've been taking care of their children? Do you think that, he's going to be automatically open and loving to a woman he doesn't know, whereas it took Monique years to like gain this type of love and trust with this man. So someone just coming in to take the position, I'm not sure. I think that, thank you, not just his wife Monique complainer, because no ballers have Becky's. I don't know. I don't know what this comment is supposed to do. I don't know what you mean anymore. I don't know what you're thanking me for. And I don't know what any of that means. But on my channel, I don't do that. Okay. The whole Becky thing, white women aren't better than black women. There are a lot of black people that have internalized racism and feel like white women are on some type of pedestal because we live in a system of racism and patriarchy. So they put white women on a pedestal in comparison to black women. But I am a black woman on this platform. This is my platform. And so we don't do that. And we don't act as if that's real, because that's not real. That's not real. That's not real. We're talking about real things. We're talking about marriages. We're talking about real people. We're not talking about, oh, ballers love white girls. No, self-hating black people love white girls. Go have conversations with those people on their channels. This is not that. And if you think, right, that that Chris's mom gave Monique a hard time, do you think it won't be like that when some anonymous white girl comes into the picture after this man has already attained his wealth? Wow. You guys have such perplexing mindsets in 2022. Oh, wow. Sheesh. The internalized racism. Like, where do you reach? Like, there's not a white woman in any of this. And you just reach for a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Just reach for a white woman. It's so weird. It's so very, very weird. Anyway, moving on. So, Arena and Jamie. Y'all, Lil Jamie got a court date. He didn't tell his parents until the night before. And then I was just kind of like, so Jamie and Arena have been like not showing their children how to take care of themselves, huh? Like, I don't know what y'all were doing. This is no disrespect to y'all. A lot of black parents, I think, baby the fuck out of their children, especially their boy children. But he's getting ready for court. Arena had to iron his suit. And then his dad came in and asked him, did he put deodorant on? I said, he's like 25, isn't he? And y'all have to ask him these types of things. And then they have to tell him all of the good things he has to say to the judge about his job and opportunities and working with his parents so that he can try to get off on the felony and misdemeanor charges that are pending, 9 of which. So they go to court. And he's going to trial, y'all. They indicted him. It sounds like they weren't saying that because that sounds severe, but they indicted him is what it sounds like. When it moves up to a superior court, that means that your ass got indicted for whatever you did. I'm guessing it was drug charges, gun charges, stupid shit. That same old shit you niggas always getting caught up for. Like, to tell y'all the truth, I don't know what's going on with Lil Jamie, but Lil Jamie is dead behind the eyes. So somebody needs to put Lil Jamie in some extensive therapy. If y'all gonna ask the nigga if he wearing deodorant, then I think you should have the power to put his ass in some extensive, like, therapy so he can deal with his issues, because something is wrong with Lil Jamie on the inside, which is why he's not like mentally there. Is what it seems like to me. It almost seems as if he's making bad decisions so that y'all will have to come to his rescue. So honestly, I don't even have a lot of like sympathy right now for Lil Jamie, because I'm looking at Lil Jamie as somebody that comes from a very nice household, from 2 parents, like a father that has done everything to make sure you didn't go out into the streets. And now you're coming to them the night before about a fucking trial with misdemeanor and felony charges pending. And they're going to have to pay for lawyers, and your mom's pressing your suit, and your dad's making sure you have deodorant on. So I'm just trying to understand where and what the fuck. Where do we go wrong? Who wasn't raising Jamie properly? And when I say that, I mean, y'all do too much for your kids. If you have to check in on a 25-year-old, to check, was your suit pressed? Are you wearing deodorant? The fuck? I don't know what's going on. Hey, Niecy. And his girlfriend came in not dressed for court at all. I didn't even see the girlfriend, but I also felt like, why is there even a girlfriend in conversation? Like, nigga, you're going to jail. I don't care about no girlfriend. Like, get out of here with that shit. Oh, she's so supportive. Oh, great. Another young woman to spend her life running behind some nigga that's going to be in and out of jail. Oh, great. That's great. Girl, all the way bye. All the way good night. Okay? Winter got invited to Ashley's event. Y'all know Ashley had her book launch party, and she invited everybody. It was really nice. I love how she had, all those really great pictures of her on the cupcakes on the wall, then her name on the pillow. Bitch, I was like, I need BondyBlue on the pillow. That was cute. So, I was here for all of the ambiance of her party. It looked very beautiful. Everybody looked beautiful. They were playing Monique's rap song at the end. I was like, all right, Monique, you better make the host play your music. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Chris said Monique's still mad at him about those comments that he made. Child, they're gonna be all right. Jamie and Arena got drunk and was talking about going fuck in the bathroom. And then she was in a confessional like, we just gonna slide off to the bathroom. Ain't nobody gonna know. Girl, y'all announced it to everybody. Did y'all see Winter's face? Like, they announced it to everybody that they were going to go and fuck in the bathroom. And I was just kind of like, I don't know if I believe it, because I feel like if you really meant it, you should have not said everything. Y'all should have just got up and went. To me, the fact that y'all had to tell everybody about it, it made me feel like y'all are doing what y'all have been doing, which is projecting and trying to make sure people see a certain side of y'all instead of what's really, really happening, which is the reason why I don't know if I believe everybody is showcasing the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So Ashley finally finished her book. Okay. And Quick comes on stage and proposes. And okay. So listen, I think that a new ring and him finally getting down on one knee, all of that was beautiful. But I also kind of in some way felt like he was trying to take the moment from her, because and I understand this moment was supposed to show her more love and appreciation, and that's what she felt, and that's most important. But to me, the way Quick always has to put on a show and take up all the attention, it would have been nice for him to allow Ashley to have this moment of feeling proud of herself on her own without the moment being about Quick doing good and making it all right. And I'm glad, listen, like I said, I feel like Ashley was crying. Ashley seemed super, super happy, but it wasn't about the book anymore. It was about him and him giving you a new ring. And finally, after 15 years of you raising his fucking ass, him getting on one knee. Like, and I know she was like, oh, this is a new beginning for us. And that's great. But to me, it just felt like he took the moment from her and her accomplishment and made it about her being a wife again instead of her being a businesswoman. And I could be wrong, y'all. I could totally be wrong, but that's low key how it felt to me. And then Tank was singing, and I hate Tank because I know Tank is toxic as fuck, but he is much, much the gifted musician because whenever I listen to his music, whatever he wants me to feel, that's what I feel. I'm so glad I've never met him in person. Because, like, whenever Tank starts singing, I'd be like, man, I don't hear no fucking Tank. And then all of a sudden, I'm just sitting up here and I'm just kind of getting emotional. And I'm just kind of like, I hate you, Tank. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. Okay? But yeah, y'all. Yes, Quick takes up all the air in the room. Like a parent proud of his child talking about, that's my baby. That's my baby. I forgot all about the book. I'm sure a lot of us did. Like, I don't even know what the book is about. Like, I know, like, what is the book about? Do that shit. Okay, so what does that mean? Actually, I'm going to get the book. I'm going to get the book because I want to see. I really do hate when men propose in public. Let that girl have her moment. If you want to propose, plan your shit and get off her coattail. That was another thing I thought. You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't you have done that separately? First of all, he was younger back then. Why didn't he get on his damn knee? I think because he proposed after he got shot. So he probably proposed out of like, I might die and I love this woman, like almost out of desperation. And because I feel like he needed somebody to take care of him and knew she would. So let me marry her while I'm, sitting here with, in a hospital, shot up and all of this shit. Agreed, Bondy. Quick does steal her moments. That's why she has resentment towards him, because that's what he does. And you can tell Ashley hates that upstaging he does to her. What else y'all saying? Okay, so I'm glad it wasn't me, girl. I'm glad it wasn't me. Jamie been cheating for years, which is why his wife thinks being a Barbie doll is the answer. As long as she is perfect and everyone looks perfect, he won't replace her. Oh, girl, that make me sad because I just kind of feel like I don't feel like I can be replaced. But if you can, if you do feel like someone else is better for you than me, then honestly, I'm just at a space in my life where it's like, child, if that's what you think, I'll go and find me somewhere else too. Like, I don't ever want to feel like that type of fear all the time. Like, y'all, I really do feel like that's what I'm understanding about myself. Nigga, like, grew up a lot of times being scared all the time. So, like, as an adult, I will take the fear out of most things. Okay. I will take, if I can, especially emotional shit, mental shit. Other people, I'll take the emotion out of that shit as quickly as possible. As soon as I am able to, emotion taken out of it. Like, at the end of the day. Shout out to being a Gemini. I say that Ashley liked his upstaging at one point in time. She said she was infatuated, an infatuated fan. Ashley knew who she was saying yes to. 2 L's. I appreciate you saying that, but I also feel like we should be very careful of this. She knew. There are a lot of times I feel like people be in relationships and everybody's like, you knew. And I'm like, understanding that you can know something and still not understand the gravity. You can still not know what that really looks like or what that feels like long term just because you understand it. You know what I'm saying? Or because you were aware of it. Your understanding as a 19-year-old girl is not the same understanding as a 40-year-old woman that's tired of this shit now. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something that people love to say, and I don't know what's the point of that. Oh, she knew. And I'm not saying it about you, but I'm saying, like, I see that a lot. Oh, she knew who she married. Oh, they knew who they married. When essentially, no. You might know, but you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? You don't. And that's the thing about marriage. And a lot of people don't understand that either. And this is what Monique was talking about in that live. Marriage adds a level of responsibility that cannot be foreseen until you are in the situation. It is what it is. There are so many situations that people are not going to fully understand until they actually go through the situation. You can think you're going to do something, you can think you have an understanding, but it's not until you actually are in that situation and now you like, okay, I'm married to this person forever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a totally different situation. Or you chose him. Men project all types of false identities. And that's another thing, because a lot of men's identities aren't really about them and who they are on the inside, because they have no connection to who they are on the inside. Everything about men is usually something external. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they're projecting what they like. Chris, I am more than sure that Chris has probably done a lot of giving people what he thinks they want from him versus what he actually wants. And sometimes what he wants and what they want can align. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, when you're married to somebody and you're trying to figure your shit out and you want that other person to figure their shit out because you know they got issues too, you have to stop being responsible for them and start being responsible for yourself. But that understanding of what you were at the beginning, it doesn't even matter at some point. What you say? Well, true. But the one thing my mom always says to include my pastor, really think deep about the person you're marrying before marrying, because there is no guarantee that they will change or evolve. And that's very true. And that is very true. But a part of that is understanding that at the beginning, you may not see that there is something that needs to be changed. Understand that as well, that everything about your partner is not clear before marriage, because they don't know who they are really until after the marriage happens. And I say that because I feel like I watched me and Lyric go through this kind of period of feeling like, oh shit, this is a little bit deeper. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know that because we were already living together. We were already in it, you know, like we already were doing all of the things. But until you actually become it, go through the ceremony, sign the papers, legally bind to each other, you have no idea the level of responsibility you feel for that person and what that looks like long term as life happens to you, you know? So I think there's a lot to be said, but I feel like if I was looking at Chris from back then, I probably would have still chose Chris as well, because ultimately most men don't have heart for their women, meaning they don't have a connection mentally and emotionally to feeling empathy or sympathy for their women enough to be emotionally supportive to them. And when you have that in a man, that is what I find is probably the biggest thing, is when you have a man that is in some way emotionally supportive amongst a whole bunch of niggas that you know are not. And I think what Monique is usually talking about when she says this is that you really are comparing your partner to all of your other, like, you know, options. And when those options ain't shit in comparison, you take your partner who you love. It's not settling because you feel like, I love them, I want to be with them. But you are still comparing. No matter how you slice it, you comparing. And when you're comparing to motherfuckers that don't have no emotional understanding whatsoever, you'll take what you can get. Okay? So yeah, there may be issues, but at the end of the day, the connection you feel, the emotional support you may feel from a man, you're going to hold on to that because you feel like that's more valuable because you don't see it everywhere. You can see women that got men. You can see women that got dudes that take care of them, dudes that fuck them, bend they back out. You can see all of those things all over the place. Find me a motherfucking man that's emotionally supportive and cares about his woman's feelings on a like day-to-day basis and shit. Holla at me about that. Thank you, Vonnie, for the super chat. I love the fact that Jamie was supportive of his son in that moment, showed him love, compassion, and support, which is what he needed. Absolutely. But also understand that how Lil Jamie fares in this case is a reflection of Big Jamie. So don't think too much of it as all of this compassion and support only for that reason, but also because Lil Jamie is tied to Big Jamie's esteem. Okay, and that's like, you know, that's not the shade, but just be honest about it. You know, it's the space that I'm in right now. Which is why I understood when Mo said she probably wouldn't marry Chris or what she knows now. I understood it too. But I also feel like I don't know if that's how she feels all the time. Because you could feel like that in a moment, or you can feel like that for a period of time. But I don't know if you feel like that long term. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, y'all, I will never, ever, ever, and I mean I'm just talking about me. But I would never regret marrying my husband. I will never regret it. I don't care what happens. I will never regret it. Do you know why? I'm saying that right now. In 20 years, I might feel differently. Right now, I feel like I would never regret it. And that's because I don't know anybody that I felt like that with, that I felt supported like that with, that was patient with me like that. You see what I'm saying? And the way I grew up and the relationships I had been in, that was so much more important. I was able to grow as a person, like in a way where I felt safe in the growth. Yes, lyric is very much, lyric provided space for me to be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I would never, I would never say that. But I do feel like I would have waited longer. I would have made more concessions. I would have put up more boundaries. I wouldn't have just talked about things, but I would have showed with my actions earlier on. So maybe I wouldn't have married you when I married you, or maybe it wasn't even when I married you. Maybe I would have married you when I married you, but I wouldn't have been in the relationship in the same capacity. I feel like I was too quick to want to be in monogamous relationships with people back then. Like that, I didn't like having a lot of bodies. I still don't. But I feel like because you feel that connection with somebody in that moment, you feel like there's no reason else to be anywhere else. But the truth of the matter is, as a young woman, I feel like I should have been freer as a young woman and made him earn the version of me that he got, because he didn't really have to earn that version of me. He just got it. You see what I'm saying? So I honestly feel like, and that's the thing about it, and it's not that he didn't deserve it, but he did not earn it. And he should have had to earn the person that I was to him versus me just being that because he was my friend and I loved him. You see what I'm saying? Like the fact that me and him had that connection is the reason why I freely gave up. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like I freely did and was whatever I needed to be because I knew who he was, I knew the type of person he was, and I trusted him. But that doesn't change the fact that he should have had to work for what I was giving. And he never felt like he really had to. And that's also because of the way he was raised, being taken care of by everybody, being the youngest. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, there's definitely an understanding that something should have happened differently now, but I don't know if the choice would have been any different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, the episode was good. And I feel like you can say what you want to say, but it was a good first season for Love and Marriage DC. I think we have had a lot of good conversations because of it. Marriage is not easy. And I think seeing it in different, I love the fact that DC was giving us something different than Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know what I mean? A lot of issues in relationships is just that simple fact that men lack empathy for women, period. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So once that portion is already there, that's why I say it's very difficult, when you're a woman that is going through things in relationships with men that are decent and are good men, because other people on the outside make you feel like you have no right to express your feelings because you have better than most. But yeah, y'all. I don't think this show was a disservice to Monique. I don't. I feel like a lot of y'all don't like Monique. I think that seeing her have issues in her relationship just made y'all not like her even more. Even the people that say, "Oh, I liked her on Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't like her on here." I don't understand that either. To me, I feel like we're watching Monique go through like a transitional period from then to now. And I think she's still dealing with things and still trying to heal from things. The person that's trying to heal from things, my damn self, it's not always the easiest thing, meaning you don't know the avenue. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how, you don't know what, but you need to figure it out. And all you know is you got to be honest about your feelings. And what that looks like to the outside world is not always pretty, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like the show did her a disservice. I feel like it just held the mirror up to what relationships can be like. And I've honestly seen relationships that are way more toxic in real life. So when they talk about her as being like abusive towards Chris, I feel like that's total bullshit. Y'all have no idea what abuse looks like if y'all think somebody simply expressing themselves is abuse. Okay? But yeah, you can't express your feelings without being ridiculed. Yeah. And that's why I don't feel like this is a bad look for her. I feel like it was great to see a black woman kind of going through a hard time figuring her shit out, not even just in the marriage. Cause I feel like, and then I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go because I know we have another live coming up right after this. But like as a woman, when you make your marriage and your man the center of your life, trying to fix the marriage can sometimes start you on a process to fixing yourself. And when that happens, you then have to let go of the constant fixing of the husband or of the relationship and then just work on yourself and allow for him to be responsible for his own healing. And when that happens, your feelings have to be expressed whether they make other people uncomfortable or not. And that's just what it is. So I appreciated her being real and honest. And I appreciate Chris for being supportive and loving and showing his wife grace and just seeing that period on TV, because that's not a bad thing for us to see. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll be right back for Black Ass Bravo because we got to get into Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine. Okay. So, all you messy ass people in the chat, all my people in the chat, okay, y'all like this video and then y'all come to this next one so we can get into it even more. Okay. Okay.